Woo! All right, what's good, everybody? Jordan here, back with another video. I hope you guys are having a blessed and productive day. It's currently 12:51 on Friday, December 29th. I'm sitting in my truck. If you're from New Orleans, I'm at the lake. If you know, you know. And I just figured I'd make this video today and give like a breakdown of the progress that I've made over the course of the year, and kind of just like give like a glimpse of where I was last year in 2022. And yeah, and just kind of run everything like that. And I wanted to make this video because I just wanted to put it out there just in case, you know, for one, for me to look back and see the progress that I have made in the next few years, and for two, probably more importantly, is that I wanted to make this video so I could put it out there for anybody who can relate to me, and maybe there's someone that I can relate to who's had the same situations and gone through the same things that I've done, and maybe we could talk about it. And I don't know, maybe one day we'll have a podcast and we'll have a whole bunch of content to talk about. But until then, yeah, if you guys like what you see, make sure you hit the like button, and if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And yeah, let's get into it. And like I said, I'll probably start, you know, around 2022. Last year, if I'm just talking about January, you know, February, pretty much the whole first half of the year up until the summer, I'm not gonna say I didn't have any idea of what I was doing. I knew exactly what kind of trader I wanted to be. I knew that I wanted to make my money in the morning and have the rest of the day to do whatever I wanted to do, whether it be edit, go over my trades, you know, anything I wanted to do, play video games, whatever. So I knew what kind of trader I wanted to be, but I didn't have a clearly defined set of rules inside of a system, nor did I really have much of a mentor who, you know, who was really showing me the ropes of a successful system. You know, I had one guy who was showing me a few things, and he just wasn't, he was like spoon feeding me. He wasn't giving me the full thing. He wasn't that crazy successful himself. And so later on down the line, I realized there were a lot of things that I was missing that he could not provide. And I realized that prominent thing in the Forex industry, and that is actually one thing that I want to change, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. But this guy was just spoon feeding me, didn't really, I couldn't find a system. I didn't have a strategy. So I just went from January, February, March, April, all the way until about June with just no rules, no strategy. My risk management was on point. I was risking one trade, or I was risking 1% a day, only taking 1 to 2 trades. I had the different patterns that I wanted to take advantage of. I knew what the patterns did, and I was able to find them, although I was finding them in different time frames. So I would find like maybe like a bearish flag in the 4-hour time frame, but I would never flip down to the 1-hour time frame or smaller time frames to figure out what it was doing, or like how to find an entry. You know, these days I could confidently say that I have a system, I have rules, I have a strategy, I have, you know, a mentor slash friend, homie who's just top notch at this shit. And you know, the risk management is on point, and you know, my psychology is even better than it was last year. But again, this time, you know, comparing it to last year, if I see a pattern on the 4-hour, then I'm flipping to the 1-hour, and then I'm flipping to the 15-minute, and I have more of an entry system. You know, I don't want to really keep on repeating that, but that was just something that was like completely important to me, honestly, was the fact that I didn't have an entry system, and I didn't know like what was the signal that people were using to tell them that it's okay to enter into the trade. So, and what I realized is that there's so many different signals for a lot of different people. So whatever is a different signal, and whatever my signal is for me to signal my brain off to enter that trade, it can be completely different from Bud, and what Bud's entry system can be completely different from Meshi's and what have you. And so it was just something that I thought was important, and it still is important to get my entry system down as well as my system and my strategy in place. So going back to 2022, in the beginning of the summer, around June and July, I took a trip to Colorado just to see the homies, just to relax a little bit. And, or not really relax, but just to see the homies, get a whole different change of scenery. And so when I came back, I wound up catching COVID sometime throughout in between the trip, on the plane, whatever. I caught COVID, I got pretty sick. And while I was sick, I think like the 2nd or 3rd day I was sick, I was trying to trade, and a lot of people they'll tell you not to trade when you're sick, not to trade when you're hurt, emotionally unstable, etc., etc. Anything negative that you're going on outside of trading, they'll tell you, a lot of people and professionals and successful folks will tell you not to trade during that time, just to take it easy. You don't want to lose any money. Okay, cool. And I could have listened to that, but I didn't. I decided to trade anyway. I lost a trade, and I remember it like it was yesterday. I lost a trade. It was a sell on Euro JPY. I don't remember what kind of I don't remember what time frame it was on. I don't remember what kind of pattern it was, but I do remember taking a loss on Euro JPY, and for some reason, being sick, trying to trade, losing that trade, like flipped a switch in my mind somehow, some way. And from there, I was like, all right, I'm gonna reach out to Bud. Like, again, we've been talking for a while, but like, I just completely looked at what he was doing, saw that it was successful. I was able to learn his strategy, his system, his rules, talk to him all the time, and, you know, just kind of up my game and just really progress my whole trading system in itself. And now we're at, you know, July of 2022, August of 2022, and I'm just talking to him pretty much every day, getting my system in place, going over a whole bunch of demo trades, just back testing like crazy, getting an Excel sheet or making an Excel sheet and just writing down all of my examples. And I don't really actually know how many examples I did. I think I did about like close to 50 different back testing examples before I went live. And I practiced on demo pretty much from August until the end of the year. Yeah, from August until December. And when December hit, I kind of slowed everything down, just like I kind of am now. And from there, I was just like, okay, well, it won't hurt to start a live account. You know, it won't hurt to try to get inside of, you know, my Forex funds at the time and try to see if we could take advantage of a funded challenge. And I was feeling real confident in everything that I had going on. So like I said, started a live account, and I put a couple thousand into Henkel Trade at the time. And also simultaneously, I started my Forex Funds challenge. So with learning the whole new system, and again, shout out Bud, man. He's a great friend. He's a great mentor, role model, and trader. Yeah, completely learned Bud's system and started trading from January. Had the challenge account, and it was doing really well. I was taking, you know, losses here and there, but the losses were nowhere near the type of losses that I was taking in 2022. I understand why I was taking those losses, and when I did take the losses, something else that I wasn't doing was that I was journaling all the losses that I was taking, and I was linking them to, you know, back to the page and like take a screenshot of them all. So I was able to figure out what I was doing and not make that mistake again moving forward. So nonetheless, I had a pretty good first half of the year. You know, if we're not talking quarters, I had a good half of the year from January on to June. Pretty much at the end of June, I had a good first half of the year. I was up 6% on my challenge account. I was up 6% on my regular personal account, and I was feeling good. I was feeling dandy. Everything was all peaches and cream until for some reason, bro, I took someone else's analysis on an AUD JPY trade, and it was a sell. And it was based off of their entry system and not my own. And that's where I kind of got a little squirrely and got really away from my rules. And one of my rules being, don't take anyone else's analysis and trades without really giving yourself the full diligence of your own analysis. So that's exactly what I did. And from there, my 6% went down to 5%, 5% went down to 4%, 3%, and then 2%. That whole rough spell started like, I think July 18th. From July 18th till around September, October, you know, a little bit before Halloween, that's when things started to pick back up a little bit, and, you know, I started to gain my profits back and just kind of, you know, get back on track. Now we're going towards the end of the year, and I'm just trying to tell myself, follow my rules, don't take anyone else's analysis, of course. And it only happened one time, right? But one's enough. And just continue to follow my rules and have my psychology intact. Don't trade on any bad days. Don't trade on any days where you think that you're gonna have to force the market, you know, and just take it as it is and just kind of go with the flow. Try to find your edge and trend to follow, because something that I really didn't want to do is I didn't want to backtrack into what I was going through in the summer. And, you know, how I kind of like maintained, I guess, my account and not blow it and maintain my psychology is just like talking to my fellow traders, my fellow friends who kind of understand business a little bit. And something that I realized is that we all go through the same thing. We all go through the same rough patches, but And just like anything in life, it's all about how we react to it and whether or not we find the solution to handle it and move on with our day or move on with our week or our month or our year, you know, in my case. And something that, you know, I really try to live by is, you know, just persistency and to keep pushing. And if something fails, you know, don't just take it for what it is. You know, try to see it through and just continue it. And like I said, try to find a solution. And yeah, just trying to finish the year strong now. And I think my last trade that I took was December 5th, I believe. It was right before I went on the first Colorado trip of the season. Yeah, December 6th. And I wound up breaking even on it because I didn't hold it all the way. And that was something that I could that's something that I 100% have to improve on next year if I want to scale and progress and get better and see more money in 2024, because I know ultimately that's what we all want, right? Is holding my trades and not going break even too soon and just letting them play out, bro. Like, there's been, I'm not gonna say so many times, but there's just been a couple of times this year as a whole that price didn't look good to me, and from there I just closed at break even, or I closed in a small loss and then re-entered, and not have been happy with the whole trade just because of the fact that I closed a little bit and I took that earlier loss. You know, those things don't happen too frequently these days or this year, but when they do, I always try to write them down and just remember and remind myself not to make those mistakes that on. So everything that I have written down on my journal, in my Excel, like even have my journal right here, everything I have written down and all of my mistakes that I've highlighted, the goal here is not to make those mistakes in 2024, just so we can see more money, more progress, and just try to help more people. And that's honestly all I want to do. And I just want to really get better and hone in on my trade and traveling skills to be able to hold these trades while I'm traveling. That way I can make money and pay for some of the things that, you know, I'm getting into while I'm traveling. And yeah, just really trying to live a fun life here and help a whole lot of people along the way. So yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much all I have. Yeah, I just wanted to make like a little quick progress video. I don't really know if it's that quick, but did just want to give, you know, how much progress have I been making video. And I know I didn't get too much into detail. Something that I did want to pinpoint and point out was the fact that I did lose my Forex funds account while I was up about 4%, since I lost a little bit of the 2% while being up 6%. And then my Forex funds and Henkel trade, well, Henkel trade really wasn't that bad since I was able to withdraw my money, but my Forex funds definitely took my account away. And you know, I went from being up on a challenge to having to start a whole new one going towards the end of the year. So with that being said, that's another goal, is to get a funded challenge, to get a funded account, a new fresh funded account for 2024, and obviously scale the fuck out of my personal account. And yeah, just have complete fun with trading and just be able to bless and inspire and motivate and teach a whole bunch of people in this game, in this industry, and to show them what is possible, man, when you put your mind to it. So yeah, guys, that's all I have today. Appreciate anybody who has subscribed to the channel lately. I will be making more videos like this. We'll try to do like a little card talks type situation and just see if we can get like a little series going or something like that. But I'll let you guys know what's going on. Enough talking. That's all I got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you like what you see, make sure you guys hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next video.